What's up, wrestling fans? This is Danny. I'm John. I don't know if I pointed in the right direction, but who cares? I got an
If you
Undertaker.
point to no one, it's his fault.
Yeah, I got an Undertaker poster back there, but I realized with the lighting, you can't see it, but that's the Undertaker back there. Anyway, we're here to talk some wrestling. So Legends Night, Danny. What was your impression of Legends Night?
Legend dumpster fire is what it is. Legendary dumpster fire is what it was.
Awesome. Let's move on.
They just invite too many of them. And then there's backstage segments that nobody says anything and they're in full gear for no reason. And you're like, why do we keep doing this? And just invite the one guy or two guys.
Yeah, man. I totally agree. Did you happen to see, I don't think we talked about it. You saw Mustafa Ali's little segment on Raw Talk because it kind of went viral on wrestling social media.
No, I didn't take a look at it at all, actually.
Okay. So basically they had Mustafa Ali on Raw Talk. It was him with Charlie and R-Truth. And he just sits there and basically is like,
that's a fun lunch.
Yeah. And so basically he was like, we just dedicated, it was kind of a work shoot kind of thing. Like you can tell he was speaking like the truth, like what he thought.
Yeah.
But it was all kind of part of a thing. So He was saying that we just dedicated 3 hours to these people that can barely walk. And that's what's wrong with this company. And of course, still in kayfabe, still in character, R-Truth and Charlie were like, oh, but the crowd was loving it. And Mustafa was like, oh yeah, they really pumped in the fake crowd noise. Yeah, they were really loving it. And he was like, yeah, I understand. I have respect for them. They paved the way for me. But when do I get to walk on that road?
Yeah.
And then he mentioned other guys. He mentioned Kazawa. He mentioned Tozawa. Yeah, he mentioned Tozawa. He mentioned Drew Gulak.
So all the guys that are chasing the 24/7 championship.
Basically, he just mentioned the guys that are relegated to the mid to low card. He just basically said, when do we get to walk on that path that they paved for us? And I totally 100% agree with what he said, even though he was slightly disrespectful, saying they can't walk. But I mean, it's true. You keep bringing these guys over and over again. It's like you get sick of it.
Yeah, we get it. They're legends. Mm-hmm. Make it special. Don't rely on them. Don't cart them out every couple of months just because your ratings are low.
Yeah. No, because all it does is it gives you a temporary ratings pop, which I think that's all Vince is concerned with. If you want sustained climbing of the ratings, like SmackDown has had, you have a great storyline in the main event.
You tell a story. And I know that the main event went long on Raw because at the end of it all, Goldberg comes out there and he cuts the most bizarre promo on Drew McIntyre. They're going to have a match at Royal Rumble that Drew McIntyre has disrespected or has no respect or fake respect for the legends. And you're like,
when has he ever disrespected the legends?
You're like, didn't he literally fight on behalf of them? Because with Randy Orton, like, didn't we just do that storyline?
We just spent an entire show with Randy Orton disrespecting the legends. And Goldberg comes out to face Drew McIntyre. Wrong guy. It's like, Goldberg, did you forget?
He cut the promo on the wrong guy. I was like, you can come out there and have a problem with Drew McIntyre if you want to. But don't, like, that's literally the last thing that you should have said to Drew McIntyre. I was like, and it just ended. He shoved him, and they had to cut away. He just landed on his ass, and they cut away. I was like, what are we doing?
No. You could tell from the beginning, oh, it's rushed. They're like running low on time, and they're trying to cram it in. You could tell.
Yeah.
And then he almost botches the shove. Like, his hands almost slip off Drew McIntyre. It looks he almost misses. So Drew, gets pushed and then falls on his ass.
You know how much of a Goldberg fan I was as a child.
Me too.
I need him to go away.
Dude, WCW Goldberg is my favorite thing all time in wrestling, possibly top 2 or 3. The night he beat Hogan in the Georgia Dome in July of '98 is one of my top 5 favorite moments in all of wrestling. I still go back and watch it to this day. I love Goldberg, but his run in 2016 when he beat Brock, he should have dropped it to Kevin Owens, and that should have been it.
Yep. He's just like, I know that they're paying him like a ridiculous amount of money, but he needs to like have one more match with Matt Riddle and let him finish you. That's it.
Yeah.
Let him hit the bro hammer and let it be done. Put over the other guy and drop it.
Yeah. And I don't know if the fake crowd noise that was chanting Goldberg had Vince convinced that the fans want this. No, and also like
because he's his own he's like fantasy writing at this point. Like he doesn't know what the fans want, even though he could just pay attention to social media and other things like that, and he'd probably be better off. I don't know. I think we could stop talking about Raw because it's just going to infuriate me.
Yeah, let's move on because we have bigger things to talk about. But before we get there, let's talk on Wednesday night really quick because a lot of stuff happened Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Let's do it What Culture, Wrestle Talk style, and cram it in 5 minutes. Here we go. So I saw the NXT. I see usually everything the next day recorded. But live that night, I did see the Rhea Ripley match, and I did see the main event of NXT, which was the Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly match, the rematch, which I was very much looking forward to. I think it delivered.
It delivered.
From a storytelling standpoint, I love that Finn Balor was working the injured jaw of Kyle O'Reilly that he injured while, by the way, I don't think I've ever seen, maybe it has happened, but I don't remember, where a guy gets a rope break from biting the rope because
that was super interesting.
Because his arms and legs were tied up. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I want to say the same. That was super.
Yeah.
And it's dumb that we're just wrestling nerds and we're like, oh man, we've never seen that. And you're like, yeah, it was still, at the end of the day, it was a rope break and there's nothing special to it. But you're like, oh man, I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's creative. Yeah.
Little details like that is like, oh, dang, like I got to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gets me a little bit more invested, and that's what I'm talking about.
Right. So that happened. Finn's working the jaw. Kyle O'Reilly's working the injured arm. And I really enjoyed the match. And, Finn won with a submission. I'm not surprised that Finn won. I didn't think he was going to drop it to O'Reilly. Even though I do think O'Reilly does deserve a title run at some point of some kind. But I think he'll get it eventually. But I think it was the right call to have Finn retain.
Yeah.
Because I eventually would like to see champion versus champion Walter versus Finn.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what I want to see.
I want to see that too.
Yeah. So I love the match. And then the
Rhea Ripley, I believe I think that's the last hurrah. Hello, main roster. I think that was the end of the Rhea Ripley farewell tour.
Right. The end for her. I think she's on her way to SmackDown. Also, rumors that Damian Priest might be on his way to SmackDown as well. I don't know if you saw those.
Well, yes, I did see that. He was rumored to have debuted last week, but he did not, presumably to have this match with Karrion Kross and not confuse people, which is the right call.
Right.
And that match was hard-hitting, as you would expect, and was overall good.
Wasn't a squash match, thankfully. It made Damian Priest look good.
Yeah, it really did. It looks really scrappy, and his hair was styled differently, which I hope that's not the style going forward, like on SmackDown. I didn't like it. Dumb.
Hopefully it was just a one-off pay-per-view thing, because New Year's Eve was kind of like a pseudo pay-per-view.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't even piece that together. That maybe he just, yeah, you're right. Although he didn't do anything special for Halloween Havoc, so I don't know.
Oh well. So anyway, NXT overall solid.
And they also, I guess, I don't know if they were just going to run low on time, so they didn't do it. They didn't do the fight pit match. So
yeah, unfortunately. So
they run some sort of storyline injury for Thatcher that he wasn't cleared, and they do it at a later date. So
yeah,
we're still going to get that match. I was just bummed that we didn't get to see it.
Mm-hmm. By the way, The Way, they're really growing on me. I really love them as like a comedic bad guy group. I think they're fantastic.
Worth it. I know that Johnny's been doing the most of the work there, but Austin Theory, just being an idiot, has been nailing it.
Fantastic.
He's just like playing the dumb meathead. Suits him perfectly.
It suits him perfectly. I agree. So yeah, NXT solid show. Moving on, AEW. Let's state the obvious. First off, Kenny Omega reuniting with the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks to reform the Bullet Club.
Yeah, it's back, people.
It is back. It is the thing.
Club.
Yeah, and it's the thing that had they accepted those offers from WWE a couple of years ago and taken the money and gone there, they wouldn't have let them do anything like this.
Nope.
Even though they were supposedly offering, that was part of the deal, that the Young Bucks and Omega, that they were going to have some kind of creative control over their characters if they came over.
Yeah, sure.
We all know that that's garbage. That's bullshit. That's not true. So, yeah, I'm glad that they have a home on cable television in the United States to showcase the Bullet Club. And for wrestling fans that aren't aware of, or you've heard of the Bullet Club, but you haven't seen their antics and what they're about, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's a callback to NWO for me, and I'm digging it.
I'm loving it. I would go as far as saying they're a better version of NWO. More modern version, better yet.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate, is that they're a modern version.
They took the concept and built on it. By the way, Chris Jericho on commentary, again, is just
comedic gold. Oh my God.
Gold. Oh my God. I love I don't think he's going to do it because he's got too many other things going on probably with his music and everything. But if he wanted a career in commentary, he could have it easily.
Yep.
He's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So that it was a good main event overall. I liked the whole Rey Fenix versus Kenny Omega. The match itself was great. It gets overshadowed by what happened after. Moxley.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's happened in recent weeks.
Yeah, unfortunately. But Kenny Omega reminding people again why he's one of the top 3 in-ring performers on the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
A lot of people say, but he only wrestles one kind of match, and I don't care. He wrestles that style of match better than anybody.
I'm going to borrow a line from Simon Miller. Consider me sports entertained.
I'm entertained every time he's in the ring. I'm entertained
every single time. And I'm going to talk about this because I was really impressed with it. That Moxley promo was amazing.
Phenomenal. I was just going to go to that. The Moxley promo, which then, and I love how he throws in, I'm going to let Rey Fenix have his moment. He's worked too hard for it. I'm going to let him have his match. The second the match is over, comes out with a barbed wire bat, which is very Moxley.
God, I love him.
He's awesome. Again, another thing that WWE didn't let him do. They wanted him to be like more of a comedic act instead of being the brutal.
As the heel, they made him. That was horrendous.
Awful. Yeah.
Never forget. He got a plant over in WWE. This is how good this guy is.
Yeah.
That he had on a set on a talk show. Why they gave this man a talk show when he's like the insane lunatic fringe. No one knows. But he named a plant. I think it was named Larry.
Yeah, I got sick of hearing the words Ambrose Asylum just over and over again out of Michael Cole's mouth.
Hey, what are you gonna do? That's their shtick.
Mm-hmm.
I got sick of hearing Big Dog, and the only one that I was surprisingly wasn't really tired of was Monday Night Messiah. I quite enjoyed that one.
That oddly worked for Seth Rollins. But anyway, to kind of wrap up AEW, I didn't want to take too much time on that. But so the Moxley segment was great. Main event was great. What happened after was great. And then, real quick, women's title match. Hikaru Shida retains. Not mad at it. If Abaddon's going to take the title eventually, I know you're upset. I think they should.
My zombie.
I think they should build up to it a little more. I think they should build up Abaddon a little more, honestly, before.
Maybe she hasn't had a whole heck of a lot of TV time to be.
No, she hasn't. People are just starting to get to know who she is. We're starting to see a more brutal side of Hikaru Shida, which I like.
Cool.
When she came out with the kendo stick, whacked her in the face, I dug it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm going to go back to NXT for a second. I finally dig the whole Xia Li Boa thing.
Yeah, okay.
I finally dig it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, sometimes you just got to let things simmer. Like, everyone hated the New Day at first, and look at them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just
because they finally let them be themselves.
Right. You got
not a gospel choir.
Let things breathe. Give them time. So anyway, that's it for AEW. Overall, fun Wednesday night.
Both solid shows this week.
Both took a big ratings hit for obvious reasons. I mean, Brody Lee, the tribute show, that got a big ratings bump. So you're going to have a drop off after that. But I thought they
with the events going on in the States, I think more people were watching the news also.
That was the other thing.
Crazy times. We're not going to talk about that stuff, but let's just go on.
The fact that they kind of maintain what they usually do on a like a typical week is pretty impressive. Like, I think they would have at least 100, 200, 100, 150K more had what was happening in Washington not been happening at the time, unfortunately. But
right, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
they'll be back next week.
But I thought they planted some good seeds for storylines. I thought I like where they're heading with certain things. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's that for wrestling this week. What we're going to do now is what we think, and we've been planning this for a few weeks now, is how we think Royal Rumble 2021 should be booked. Danny, are you ready?
I'm ready. I have no notes, so.
I have all the notes. I texted him a picture of my notes, so, we're going off of that. So.
Yeah, it's somewhere in our text.
Yeah.
This was 3 weeks ago. That's 100 text messages ago.
That's you're going to be doing a lot of scrolling. I got you. Don't worry. So the Royal Rumble, first of all, I really hope it's in front of some number of fans, but I'm hearing now that it's probably not going to be in front of any fans.
Ooh, so that's a no-no. I think it should be in front of some people.
I really do. I really do think it should be in front of people.
Even if it's NXT enhancement talent, that's still better than no one.
Listen, you have Tropicana Field. You can
socially distance. Move those screens out of the way. Get some people.
Move the screens back. Maybe have the virtual fans on the big screen or something. And you have plenty of room to just have people out there with masks.
There's plenty of room. Clearly, no one's using the stadium right now, so use the space.
I agree. So let's assume they're having a crowd. So we're going to have some kind of atmosphere at this thing. So kicking off Royal Rumble 2021, our first entrant, bask in his glory, Keithley.
I don't hate that pick. Now the dogs are barking. God damn it. Vicky just got here.
No problem.
Yeah, Keithley. I think that's solid number one, obviously. And I think a solid pick to be the Iron Man match of the Iron Man of the match.
The Iron Man. I agree.
The Iron Man person, whatever. You know what I meant.
Yes. No, I know what you mean. And I really think that the first entrant should have a big pop from the crowd.
We're assuming basically that we're going to have a crowd. I hope we do.
You know what I mean? Yes, I'm hoping we have some kind of a crowd.
Yeah. Because the crowd is what makes the returns so awesome.
Yes.
And, and the legend's awesome. You need fans for this one.
Absolutely. So, first entrant, bask in his glory. And if I can get my wish, I know this is not going to happen, but he comes out to his old music.
Not going to happen.
Let's hear me out. They figure out some kind of deal with the guy who wrote the song. They pay him.
UFO?
Yeah, they pay him whatever, and they get the friggin' song. Of course, that's fantasy booking. If that happens, the fans would absolutely lose their minds.
Well, yeah.
1,000 people that are there. So it would set the tone for a great Royal Rumble.
I know that I would lose my mind here at home.
I would jump off the couch. I know it's not really going to happen, but this is fantasy booking, and damn it, it's going to happen that way in our fantasy.
It's real to me, damn it.
So that's number one. Keithley comes out to his old music. Number two, Karrion Kross. Because numbers 1 and number 2 get more of a full entrance.
Correct.
Karrion Kross, you got to see. A big part of his thing is you got to see his entrance.
Yeah, with Scarlett. Plus, he's the one that took the NXT title off of Keithley. It's just their storyline built in.
Oh, yes. There is a storyline there. So these two hosses just beat the holy crap out of each other. Number 3, Mustafa Ali.
Okay.
Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, these two dudes are just going to toss him right out. No, it's not going to be like Brock 2019. He's going to get some offense in and then get thrown out. So
maybe not. Maybe he comes flanked. It's just him as the entrant, but he comes flanked with Mace and T-Bar.
And maybe they catch him when he gets eliminated and they throw him back in.
Yeah, smart.
I mean, these Royal Rumbles, they don't say it, but they're basically no DQ because, people can kind of do whatever.
Yeah, and why not? Plus,
why not?
We're fantasy booking this thing right now. Why not?
Yeah. He gets tossed out once or twice. They catch him. They throw him back in. So he stays in. And he's talented. I don't want to bury him. He gets some offense in. Then the countdown starts. 3, 2, 1. Jeff Hardy.
Okay. Strange pick for 4, but
listen,
okay.
There's got to be some kind of randomness to it.
Yeah, you're right.
So Jeff Hardy comes in. Now, 2 faces, 2 heels, 2 smaller guys, 2 bigger guys. They're getting their offense in on each other. And things are happening. Number 5.
I was like, can I have a second? Can I have a alternate 4?
Give your alternate for let's debate a little bit.
Ricochet, and he ends up having to help Ali to help him stay in the match.
That's good. God, thing is, there's got to be some randomness to it, like I said. But that is a good option as far as storyline.
Yeah. Put that in there. There is randomness to it because these two are going to have to pair up to take on Karrion Kross of all people.
You know what?
They're not feuding.
We will officially make a change. I'm going to remove Jeff Hardy because I think I have Ricochet coming in later. Ricochet. You know what? I don't have him coming in at all. Let's have
him as an alternate.
I had him off to the side as an alternate, and it's harder than it sounds to make the cut for 30 guys, but there's a lot of guys. We have to make some cuts. You know what? Screw it. Ricochet takes Jeff Hardy's spot.
I like it.
Done and done.
I came up with it. That's why I said it.
Yeah. So moving on. Number 5, Dolph Ziggler.
That's random. Okay. There you go.
Gotta be some randomness. So he comes in.
No, he just starts the next storyline. We should go kind of storyline-ish, but
right.
Leave it in.
I'm going to preface this by saying the 2 hosses, Keithley, Karrion Kross, they should last a while in this match. So they're all fighting, and eventually Ali gets eliminated, Ricochet gets eliminated, and they're left with, and Dolph is there left staring at these two dudes. Number 6 comes in, Cedric Alexander.
Okay.
Cedric Alexander runs in. He's like, all right, let's go. They're fighting. Karrion Kross, Keithley eliminates them both.
You've got these two guys in there by themselves for a while.
For a little bit. They got their time in the sun. I want to showcase them. Then The Miz comes in at number 7.
Okay.
The Miz, being The Miz, I think very highly of him. I think he should get some offense in. He sticks around. He doesn't get eliminated right away.
No, he's going to be one of those guys that slips under the bottom rope and sits outside for a little bit.
Yeah. Being The Miz, he finds a sneaky way to just not get eliminated. And time's going. These two are still beating the crap out of each other. 3, 2, 1. Number 8, Braun Strowman.
A returning Braun Strowman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A returning Braun Strowman. And now number 1 and number 2, they look at this giant and they're like, oh, crap. Okay, this won't be so easy now.
Maybe like then Keithley and Karrion Kross kind of have to like stop fighting each other and help each other to eliminate Braun. Something like that could happen. I could see a world that happens.
Exactly. There's layers to this thing, my man. So they're fighting.
Player?
Huh?
I said there's levels to this shit player.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they're fighting. Those three are fighting for a little bit. Then the countdown starts again. 3, 2, 1. We got our legend for the night at number 9, Carlito.
If he shows up, that would be awesome.
If he makes his flight and shows up, I'm just kidding. I know he had some logistic issues and he couldn't make it to Legends Night, but
oh, I heard different actually. I read different afterward. That was WWE's version of it. Okay. He didn't want to show up for just a quick cameo, like in the back. He wanted like to talk.
Okay. How about a Rumble appearance? He'll probably be like, that's cool. So they'll put him into the Rumble. So he comes in at number 9, eating his apple. High fives a couple fans along the way. And he comes into the match. Probably gets eliminated pretty quick.
He's going to get chucked by like Braun Strowman at that point, if that's true.
I was going to say maybe he beats Santino Marella's quickest elimination record, but no.
I don't even think that's possible.
Yeah, because it's 1 second.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, what if he catches him and his feet don't even touch the mat yet, and then they throw him back out? But then they can argue that he wasn't in the match. I don't know. Anyway, he gets eliminated relatively quickly. And then we start our next countdown for number 10. 3, 2, 1, John Morrison.
All right. Now the Miz has backup.
The Miz have backup. He comes back out from like under the apron or wherever he's hiding. They fist bump. They go into the ring and they start to do their thing. They get some offense in. Maybe, Keithley or Karrion Kross, one of the two is kind of off to the side, like catching his breath for a little bit. They get a break. They get a breather just so you kind of forget about him a little bit. Then at 11, Kofi Kingston comes in.
Okay.
They're fighting, same thing. Maybe one of the guys I mentioned before gets eliminated. Well, so far, Carlito, Cedric Alexander.
Can we do a spot with all 3 of these parkour guys?
I'm getting to that.
Eliminated?
I'm getting to that. So okay. Kofi comes in. At this point, Carlito's been eliminated. So has Cedric Alexander and Dolph. And Ricochet and Ali. So you got Lee, Kross, Strowman, and Morrison and Miz are still in. And then Kofi. Kofi comes in. They're doing their thing. Keith Lee's maybe in a corner, kind of recovering, catching his breath. At 12, you get your countdown. Buzzer sounds. Shelton Benjamin.
Okay.
Now you have all three parkour guys in the ring. All the guys that have crazy ways to save themselves from getting eliminated.
Yeah, Kofi, Ricochet, and
No, not Ricochet. Ricochet's out. It's Kofi, Shelton Benjamin, and Morrison.
Oh, okay.
So those three guys, they do some kind of a weird spot where they all help each other from getting eliminated, and they get back in the ring.
I like it.
Do something to kind of pay tribute to that over the years, because
all the crazy nonsense that they pulled off.
Yeah, because the fans always get a kick out of it. I think they should, if they're in the ring at the same time, they should pay tribute to it somehow. And then Karrion Kross just chucks all three of them out. I don't know, something like that. And then at number 13, buzzer sounds, Sheamus.
Okay.
Sheamus.
That's the reaction he's going to get. Okay.
He's not going to not be in the Rumble, let's be honest. So he comes in. They're all doing their thing. Number 14, Kevin Owens. You get your first real pop in a while.
Fair enough.
Kevin Owens comes in. Maybe he eliminates a couple guys. Starts picking up some steam. Maybe does the Rolling Thunder into Karrion Kross or something. And then that kind of takes him out for a little bit.
Maybe I don't know. He has visited NXT in the past. Maybe he's the one that eliminates Karrion Kross, and he can go down there and have a squabble with him.
That is not a bad idea. All right. So let's say that. He eliminates Karrion Kross. Would you prefer that over Keithley eliminating Karrion Kross?
Yes.
Okay.
Keithley has no business going back to NXT right now.
Good point. Okay. Let's do that then. So KO eventually eliminates Karrion Kross. At number 15, 3, 2, 1, buzzer sounds. Blanking on his name. Xavier Woods.
You started it, and I was like, Xavier Woods?
Yeah, let me try that again. All right, so at 15, 3, 2, 1, buzzer sounds, Xavier Woods. So now you got the first member of the New Day, and you know they're all going to be in it. So
no, Kofi's in it. You already have Kofi in.
That's right. He's the second one. So Xavier Woods is in. He comes down with Francesca, does his thing, gets in the match. Number 16, AJ Styles.
I like that pick.
AJ Styles comes in. They're all, it's a mishmash of probably 6 or 7 guys at this point, maybe 5 or 6. Guys go getting eliminated. Randy Orton, his music hits at 17. But before he makes it to the ring, lights start going out, and he's on the entrance ramp wondering, all right, where is he? Then the lights go out completely. You see fog, you see one little light, just enough light just to show like a close-up of Randy Orton, and you see the Fiend behind him. He grabs him, lights go out, lights come back on, he's gone.
So he's never been in the match, so they have to replace him?
That's what I wanted to discuss with you. Do we say that he just was never in the match and you got to replace him with somebody? Or maybe do you do this spot in the ring?
You can. Or you could do this. Bray Wyatt as the Fiend is not behind him. Lights come back on. Everybody's just in shock that everybody that's in the match is in like on the corners, and Bray Wyatt is just in the ring, like calling Randy in. Awesome. And he just eliminates him right off the bat. Like he's not even in the match. He just clotheslines him, boom, gone. And then the lights go back out and he disappears, gone.
Maybe. And you could do that because there is precedent for that because back in, I want to say 03, 04, what started the whole Brock Goldberg rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Brock, who I don't think was in the match, eliminated Goldberg from the 04 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that happens all the time. People who have been eliminated from the match eliminate people that are currently in the match. So there's no rules.
That's why I say it's a free-for-all. There's no rules.
Why not?
So, okay. So we do that. He eliminates him in the ring. That way he counts as a competitor.
Yeah.
And then everyone's kind of in shock. And then they were like, huh? And they go back to their thing. They start fighting again. And number 18, buzzer sounds, Cesaro comes out.
Okay.
Cesaro maybe does some impressive feat of strength. Maybe he carries Keithley or Braun. Maybe he eliminates Braun Strowman.
That'd be cool. I'd be okay with it.
That'd be cool. I want to see Cesaro do something cool because we know he's never going to be a main eventer in WWE.
Yeah, just give him a spot. Give him a cool thing to do.
Give him a cool thing to do. Not the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, none of that crap. I want to see him do something in a match that matters.
Well, you know what? You know what I would love to see? Just bring it back. Let him do the swing on Braun Strowman.
Hey,
that would
do it. Do it. Swing him and then throw him over. Whatever. Let him do something cool. All right. So that was 18. Now we're getting to the home stretch now. Number 19, Brock's music hits.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out. You know, he's doing his thing. He looks to the curtain. Paul comes out with him.
All right.
So Paulie dangerously himself follows Brock. They look at each other. They give each other the nod, and they go to the ring. Brock comes in, and it's Suplex City time. He doesn't just start eliminating people, but he starts suplexing everybody. Once he does that, eliminates a few guys. It's not going to be a repeat of 2019 where he just clears the ring, but he eliminates a few guys because at this point there's a lot of guys in the ring. And at number 20, well, we were going to discuss whether we have him or maybe somebody else, maybe like Otis or something. I was going to say let's have Montez Ford next. And because I think Montez Ford is funny, let's have him get eliminated in a funny way by Brock. But he's one half of the tag champs. He's not going to be in there without his partner.
Yeah. And I don't see Dawkins in the match. There's just not room for him.
Yeah. So instead of Montez, let's put Otis.
You know who he does like and has expressed interest in working with him? R-Truth.
Brock has expressed interest in working with him?
Yeah. Like, you remember that spot that he came out and interrupted him?
And he made him laugh? He actually, fun fact.
None of that was, like, Brock didn't know anything that he was going to say, and he was genuinely laughing.
Fun fact, that was apparently a bet that he had with Paul Heyman. That I bet I can make him break.
Yeah, I bet I can crack him type of thing.
And he did. So, all right. R-Truth, 24/7 champ. Is he the 24/7 champ at this point? Who knows? Who cares?
He will be going into the Rumble, I'm sure.
Sure, why not? So R-Truth, he does his thing, his what's up with the microphone. 500 people go crazy. He runs in. And he gets
Brock would just eliminate him immediately.
And
then the 24/7 champion goons come out to chase him.
That's very WWE, and I think that works perfect.
You're welcome. I had to dumb down my thought process on this. I was like, that sounds like something that they do.
It is. All right. So next, you're going to like this one. 3, 2, 1. Buzzer sounds. Bobby Lashley.
If you had said Goldberg, I was going to punch you right in the mouth digitally.
Goldberg will not be in this Royal Rumble.
No, he's not, because he's competing against Drew McIntyre, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Well, sidebar, what if he loses to Drew McIntyre and he enters the Rumble to try to just no.
That man should not be he shouldn't be pulling any duty at this point of his career. He should not be pulling double duty that night. Hell no.
Could happen, but anyway, it won't in this fantasy booking. So Bobby Lashley comes out at 21. And what happens? It has to happen. The stare down between Bobby Lashley and Brock happens.
Yes. I agree with this wholeheartedly.
They beat the holy hell out of each other. And
the U.S. title should be the only title that Brock is around for Mania season.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? You could do these super fights with Brock, like him against Bobby Lashley, or fantasy matches, him against Riddle or Keithley. It doesn't have to be for a title. Brock is an attraction no matter what.
Correct.
You don't need to put a belt on him.
Nope.
So they go at it, and maybe Lashley even eliminates Brock. setting up that storyline for SummerSlam.
Or Mania, if they want to do it.
Or Mania. Who knows? I only say SummerSlam because I know they're saying Brock might be part of the whole Drew title picture for Mania. I know that's the rumor still.
Oh, God,
I hope it's not. But this is our booking, so yeah, Mania will be Lashley against Brock.
I like it. I like that very much.
So huge pop from the small crowd there. Number 22, buzzer sounds. Daniel Bryan.
Bigger, yes.
We're into bigger stars now. The yes chant starts. He runs in, and after him, there's some fighting going on. After him, Shinsuke Nakamura's music hits.
Since we're fantasy booking, I'm going to say, can we get his old music too?
Absolutely.
He's just a good guy now? Fuck it.
Yeah. Crowd starts singing with the song like they always used to. He comes in, and you know what? The reason why
that would make me feel so happy.
Feel all the feels?
Oh, yeah. I'd feel all the feels.
And
I'd sing along here at home.
And the reason why I have him coming in right after Daniel Bryan is because I would like to see those two in a match.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I would love to see that. Number 24, countdown happens, buzzer sounds, Sami Zayn.
We're just knocking it out the park here. I like it.
Sami Zayn comes in, and KO is still in the match. I know we haven't really been keeping track of who's getting eliminated, who's not. That's too much freaking work. I'm not going to do that. Just use your imagination. But KO is still in the match. He came in at number 14. Sami, in a very heelish, shenanigan kind of way, eliminates KO.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, get a little heat on him.
Give me that match.
Mm-hmm. Setting up KO versus Sami.
Care that I've seen it before. I want it again.
I don't care that I've seen it before. It was amazing. I want to see it on a big stage where there might be people there.
Yeah.
So Sami eliminates KO. Boos, rain down. You got some heat on Sami. And then at 25, You Think You Know Me hits on the speakers. And Edge comes running out.
Did you pick 20? Did he enter at 25 last year?
26 or 7. I don't remember the number.
I'd pick the same number just to, do over.
Maybe. But I want him coming in. I kind of want him coming in now because, you have all the boos and for Sami.
Sure. Then
Edge's music hits.
Roller coaster.
Nuts. Back up. And after a little bit of fighting, Edge eliminates Sami.
Okay.
Planting the seed for later on. Because I would love to see Sami versus Edge at some point.
Yeah, that's way down. That's way down the line.
Way down the line, maybe like a year from now. But Edge has expressed interest in working with a lot of guys, and I think Sami was one of the ones he mentioned. I would love to see that.
No, I would too. Don't get me wrong.
So plant that little seed, give the crowd a nice pop. Sami starts complaining, saying that he wasn't really eliminated. He should get back in. He does his thing. So Edge is in, doing his stuff.
Does his thing being ridiculous. That's what he does.
Yeah. Edge is hitting spears on everybody. Then at 26, you got King Corbin coming in.
A chorus of boos.
With a chorus of boos with his dudes. They come out and they're all
the
fighting.
Knights of the Lone Wolf, sir. How dare you?
Yeah. So he comes in at 26, right? At 27, Jey Uso comes out. You want him coming in late because you want to think, oh, he's coming in late. He's coming in fresh. Maybe he wins this thing. So he comes in doing all sorts of dirty stuff. Every heel tactic you can imagine. I'm going back and forth with this in my head, and you can help me out here. Who should eliminate Edge? Should it be Corbin or Jey Uso? It should be a heel to put even more massive heat on him.
Oh, if you want to... Corbin is going to get no matter what he does, he's going to get booed. But if you want Jay to be even more hated, have him do it.
Have him do it. I don't disagree. I would have him eliminate Edge, or there's the alternate. AJ, who's still in the match, eliminates Edge.
I like that too.
Setting up a match between them, because
I like that too.
Edge in real life didn't eliminate him. He injured AJ.
Yeah.
So you could do
separated
one of those.
His shoulder, right? That was it.
I think it was his shoulder. I believe.
Yeah,
so.
separated his shoulder. Yeah, with the spear.
Right, because that was planned to be the match for Mania last year.
Ah, okay.
That's what I'm hearing. So that's why it had to be scrapped for him versus Orton. But anyway, it could be AJ eliminates Edge. It could be Jey Uso eliminates Edge. I kind of like Jey Uso eliminating Edge, to be honest.
If that's not going to go anywhere with Roman Reigns, then don't do it.
That's a good point.
Then it should be AJ.
Okay, then AJ eliminates him. Good.
If it's Jay doing it just for the sake of getting heat with no repercussions, dumb. But if it's going to lead to Edge versus Roman Reigns at Mania, then cool.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Spear versus spear. That's the spear versus spear that I want to see.
Gotcha. All right. Then, all right. So we're going to have AJ eliminating Edge then.
Okay.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, Edge versus Reigns does not appeal to me. I don't know why. But anyway, Edge gets eliminated by AJ. You got Jay.
Anybody appeals to me. I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. I can go many different directions. But AJ eliminates Edge. You got Jey Uso coming in at 27. You got – oh, wait, I had Cesaro twice. Let me fix that. You got – all right. And now at 28,
now there's a second Cesaro. Just kidding.
Now at number 28, you have Otis coming out.
All right.
So he comes in, does his wiggle, does his worm, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also him coming in late will get a big pop from the crowd. And I don't know. He eliminates the next guy that he's got a feud with. I don't know. Who do you think it should be?
Otis eliminates somebody that he's going to feud with?
Maybe.
Or
do you think he shouldn't eliminate anybody?
Oh, he should eliminate somebody. If I'm picking somebody, it's King Corbin.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, I like that. He eliminates King Corbin. I like it. So at number 29, getting to the end of it now, at number 29, Big E's music hits. One of the favorites to win the Rumble. So he comes out.
At this point in time, he is one of the front runners.
Yes, at this point, January 8th, he's the front runner, one of them. So he comes out.
Yeah, one of two. It's him or Daniel Bryan right now.
So he comes out and he starts to dominate. I mean, he eliminates like 5 or 6 different dudes and pretty much clears the ring to the point where there's only a few people left. But then, in a very dirty, heelish way, and I think this is a great way to get heat on him, and it makes sense storyline-wise, Jey Uso eliminates Big E.
Yes. If that's the storyline that they're going to go with, sure.
Jey Uso eliminates Big E, setting up a little something between him and, between him and Big E. And then maybe in the future, Big E versus Roman, which maybe it won't happen at Mania. Maybe it will. But at some point, Big E versus Roman is happening.
I like it.
All right. Now, the reason why I don't have Big E fighting Roman at Royal Rumble, at WrestleMania, and you're going to like this, number 30, Burn It Down hits on the speakers, and babyface Seth Rollins comes running out.
Seth frickin' Rollins.
Mm-hmm. So Burn It Down hits, he runs out. Crowd's going nuts. He starts kicking the crap out of people. And it's down to a final, not a final 4 this time, a final 3. It is down to, I know I already said Jay's eliminating Big E, but it hasn't happened yet. It's down to Seth, Jay, and Big E.
Okay.
That a good final 3?
I like it.
Okay. Seth, Jay, and Big E. Jay low blows Big E or something and gets him out of there somehow. And so now it's between the final 2 are Jay and Seth.
Yeah.
Seth eliminates Jay. And there you have it. Seth is the Rumble winner. Roman comes out. He's by the ring and he's just staring down Seth. And Seth is staring him down. And he's giving like the signal, like, you know, around the waist, that belt is mine or whatever.
He just points to the WrestleMania sign. You know that it's going to be there.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Seth does something to indicate, yeah, like we're not friends, dude. Like I'm coming for that belt.
I dig it.
I think that's the move. I think that's the move because they were teasing Seth's return the other day and it never happened. I think you wait until the Rumble.
I think you do too. It just, that would blow my mind if I heard Burn It Down and we've got a new top babyface on SmackDown and his name is Seth friggin' Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they say they're short on.
The crowd's going to be behind him. He just had a kid. Becky Lynch would have just come back too, hopefully. We should do a women's one for this, by the way.
Yes. Next episode.
And yeah, Becky Lynch would have just come back. She's going to be, you know, the man/mom. And they're both going to be massive baby faces. Not that Becky Lynch wouldn't be, but it just makes sense.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. So Seth comes out, and when you hear his old music hit, you know instantly he's a babyface again. Maybe he comes out in the white Ranger suit again. And
that would be dope.
And yeah, you would know instantly. And Roman would know.
He ditches the glove, the whole thing.
Yeah, and Roman would know instantly that, all right, it's go time. And
he dyes that little bit of
the blonde streak.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and the storyline writes itself.
It does, man. They're the Shield. You know, he's got his cousin, but they used to be call themselves brothers. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Seth's been watching from home for a couple months now. He doesn't like what he's doing. He doesn't agree with it. I like it. So that's it. 1-on-1, Seth versus Roman for the Blue Universal title at Mania. Honestly, I think that should be the final match. I think that should be the main event.
Well, if story told properly, yes.
100%. That's your high. That's the reason your ratings are high on SmackDown right now, in my opinion. You do that match last.
Yep.
And so that's it, man. That's how I would book the Rumble.
I agree. I would love that ending.
That ending would be sick.
I don't think we're gonna get it, but
no. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. We're not getting that ending. It's gonna be something really stupid, or maybe not. Maybe Daniel Bryan wins it. I'm not totally opposed to that.
If we can narrow it down to 3 people that we want it to win, if it's Seth Rollins, fantastic. If it's Daniel Bryan, fantastic. And if it's Big E, amazing.
Wouldn't mind Keithley either, but I know the company's not, well, I was going to say they're not super high on him, but he just had a title match and looked really good. So I don't know. I would love to see Keithley win the Rumble, but you know, we have him entering number 1, and I have a feeling he's going to enter early. I think that in reality that's going to happen, and he's just going to last long and get eliminated late by a heel. So anyway, that's how I would book it. We are going to do a women's one. I think that's a great idea. And
we'll do it next week.
Yeah. And then later on, we're going to book how we think Mania should be.
Yeah.
Will it be one night, 2 nights? Will it be 9 hours? Hopefully not, but we'll see.
We don't know.
But anyway, we've already gone. I think we're over an hour already. We've gone over on time. Anything you want to add, Danny?
One last thing, for what it's worth, AEW may be recording in Miami the entire month of February.
Yes, sir. And us being in
some
Miami.
Of the wrestlers are saying that it's a little chilly being outside in Jacksonville.
Yeah, 52 degrees, and you're out there sweating. Not pleasant.
It was one of the nights, it was like 42. That's nippy.
Yeah. I know people in the Northeast might be hearing this and laughing at us. I don't care what you say. 42, and you're outside sweating, that sucks. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. I don't care if you're from Winnipeg.
Anyway, that's it for us. You've been watching The Scoop on the Slams. Again, I think I have to point this way because of Zoom. He's Danny. I'm John. See you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.